read the question, I should be able to assign it to a particular method. And this will be called as blind navigation or single PL navigation. That means navigating using a single PL. Now, like yesterday with the last method, what is it that will be given to us? What will be given to us for this method will be a suitable straight line PL, not a zigzag PL. A suitable, the word suitable is very important. Every PL we need not be suitable for use. So it has to be suitable for the purpose. A suitable observed straight line PL that could be obtained by any method, any terrestrial method or any celestial PL. Any method of PL that we learned in the first class, which results into a straight line PL, could be giving you the PL. The ship's DR, estimated position, or if it is a celestial PL, obviously then you would know the position through which to draw the PL has been drawn. So if it is a celestial PL, then you'll know which position is the PL drawn through. Otherwise, whatever, preferably EP. If EP is not available, at least the DR. Something should be available to you. Ship's engine speed. And if he wants wind, current, one, two, or both, whatever he wants, they can be given here. Wind, it can be with wind, without wind, does make a difference. So those that will only involve the triangle issue. Otherwise, the method will remain the same. What could he expect you to find in such questions? What could be expected of you to find in such questions? One is the first course to steer. First CTS. The second thing that could be expected in such questions is, what time should I alter the course? And third is the second CTS. That is the maximum which can be asked. Question may ask all the three things. Question may ask any two of these. Question may ask any one of them. Okay. Now, basically, beta is, what is it? It is like this, that somehow the vessel manages to get one PL. It is not able to get another PL or PC to get a fix. And the vessel is now, for some reason, unable to safely navigate because her navigational aids may have broken down. She may not be able to fix the position. The visibility may be poor. Even if radar is working, radar maybe you are not able to get a position. You are in the middle of somewhere. So now you want to basically see if you can safely continue your voyage. And what is of utmost importance here? It's the safety and nothing else. If the master feels he can use this PL to continue on the voyage, ensuring the safety of the vessel, then he can adopt this method, for which the PL should be suitable for the use. Now you'll say, sir, if PL is not suitable or if the master is not comfortable with the method, then it's master decision. If the visibility has gone, let's say, poor, radar is not working, you can't see any land, you can't see anything, what can he do in the worst case scenario? The least he can do is reduce the engine speed to bare minimum so that he can hold on to his heading and he holds on to that position wherever he is and waits till the situation improves for him to navigate further or take the vessel further. That is the worst case scenario. But if he happens to have a suitable PL, maybe he could consider using the suitable PL to cover some ground and continue with the voyage with maybe reduced speed, same speed. Those are master's discretion, and master will take his call basis his own experience and his own decision or discretion rather. So master will decide that. So have you understood what this entire concept is about basically? Any questions you would like to clarify on what I have said before we see what is this method, how can we do it?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, I will not this. If you want to take, you can just take it out. Don't worry. I'll come to this later on. If you want to, I take screenshots. I'll give you later. Don't worry. Let me take you to the question. At 2000 hours, a vessel in DR latitude, so DR lat is given, observes belly cotton island light bearing north. Now, when it is bearing north, the bearing itself becomes the longitude, right? So therefore, he's not given you the longitude DR long here. Okay. A vessel observes 2000 hours, a vessel in DR 5135 degrees north observes belly cotton island light bearing north. The vessel is without operational radar and GPS. Visibility suddenly becomes poor. Master decides to reduce the speed to 10 knots and sail along safe courses so as to pass Minehead 10 miles off. Find the CTS, first CTS, alteration time, and the second CTS. Current in the region was setting southeasterly at 3 knots, northerly wind causing a leeway of 2 degrees. This sort of typical language should basically prompt you to immediately recall, remind that is it a question pertaining to blind navigation or single PL navigation. Is the question clear, beta? Any questions on the question itself? Okay.
No, sir. Clear, sir. Question clear.
So what are the first steps we'll take? The question is also here. First thing we'll do is we'll draw the PL which we have. In this case, we have 2000 RPL. Okay, ऊपर 2000 लिखा इधर 8 o'clock लिखा. Okay, we'll draw the 2000 RPL. Okay, why my marker is running somewhere else? Okay, we'll draw the 2000 RPL. Okay, now what does the master want? He wants to sail clear of Minehead by 10 miles. Now, Minehead is somewhere here. If I want to, and what does he want to do? He just wants to clear Minehead 10 miles off, and he wants to use this PL to continue on the thing. So what will happen? Master can draw a 10-mile circle here from Minehead. That is the clearing circle. Yes or no, beta?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, if I draw this first PL, transfer the first PL tangential to this circle. This PL has been, so it's indicated by 2 arrows at each end. It's a transferred PL. So if the vessel sails along the transferred PL, will it clear Minehead minimum 10 miles off? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So basically, now because the master wanted to clear 10 miles off, this is a suitable PL. It can be drawn as a tangent to this circle. Okay. Now, so first, what do? First, you will draw the first PL. Then second, you will draw this circle in this particular case. If it was, suppose if it was not this, had he said he wants to reach a pilot boarding ground here, then what will say here? Then what will you do? This PL can be directly drawn through this. Yes or no, beta? Correct? Am I right? Okay. So if you know your destination, then the PL should have been transferred through the destination. In this case, the master just wanted to clear off this Minehead 10 miles off. Okay, now what will we do? Now you see, the vessel's DR is given 35 minutes north. That means latitude is here. This is the latitude somewhere here. DR lat. Guys, when we work out our DR or we work out our EP, depending on if we have estimated wind and current, whatever we have, of course, EP would be a better position than the DR. We all know it. Okay, but what is the significance of DR? DR is a position based on which, in the given circumstances, is the position which will be basically the best position you can have and you expect the vessel to be somewhere around DR, if not at DR. Yes or no? You expect
Yes.
the vessel to be somewhere around DR. That is your best bet. Yes or no? Correct? Am I right, beta?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Since I expect my vessel to be somewhere around DR, again, I'm not saying, please be very clear, I'm not saying vessel is at DR, so don't misread my statements. So what I do is, through this position where the DR lat is crossing my PL, that is the best bet position that I have, I draw a line perpendicular to these two PLs. And this becomes my first CMG. This becomes my first CMG. Why we have taken perpendicular? Because we would like to do the bare minimum distance, and perpendicular distance between two parallel lines is the shortest distance between them. That is why our first choice is perpendicular. But this perpendicular distance is not something which is binding on us. It is good as long as it is safe. If it is not safe, then I'm not bound by perpendicular requirement per se. Why we have chosen perpendicular? Because that is the shortest distance between two parallel lines. Now, what are you saying is that you have drawn it from DR. But are we saying the vessel is at DR? No, we are not saying. Our DR may be position X. My vessel may be X at X if I'm fortunate. My vessel may be north of X, anywhere here, or maybe south of X. It can be anywhere here. Now you see, whether my vessel is at X or my vessel is at Y, I don't know, there is some misalignment between my marker. Just give me a minute. I'll just shut it off once again, and where I'm putting the pen, it's not writing there. Something is happening with that. Okay, let me just. Fine. Slideshow. So let me just see if it's okay now. Yeah, now it's okay. So what did we do, beta? This was the DR let, where the DR let cut this first PL 2000 RPL. We drew this perpendicular distance, perpendicular line, and we said this is first CMG, but this will be called as first CMG only if it is safe. Okay. And why we have taken perpendicular, I've already told you that is the shortest distance between two parallel lines. Now, I said the vessel need not be at this point X. The vessel can be anywhere, but I expect it to it will be on the first PL at 2000 hours, somewhere close to X. How much out from X? That will depend upon how much is my DR out from the actual latitude. Okay. So now, if the vessel is not at X, suppose the vessel is at Y or the vessel is at Z, then whether I was at X, Y, or Z, in each case, is the distance to be made good going to be same or different, beta? It will be same, yes or no?
Same, sir.
So that
Same,
means,
same, sir.
yeah, yes. So that means whether I am at X or not, even if I'm somewhere away from X, my distance to be made good between the two PLs will still remain same. So it's not going to change. So now I'll draw only one distance. Now you know that the distance will be same. So here is what we had drawn as the first CMG. From X to Y. I'm not saying vessel was at X. No, I'm just saying the DMG will be XY. Now, I have already said that vessel may not be at X. She may be at Y or Z as we had drawn before I cleared the board. Now, in that case, what will happen is it only this CMG which should be safe? No.
Distance
I
also.
will need to check, make sure that whatever is the error in my DR that I expect, then that entire region should be safe, because I don't know whether I'm at X, I'm north of X, or I'm south of X. I don't know. So what we do actually is we draw a safety margin on both sides of this CMG. Now, your next question will say is, what should be the distance of this safety? What should be the safety range that we are taking? Beta, in reality, the master will decide. And why will he decide? Because he will evaluate his reliance on the DR. As we learned, DR is calculated from a last known fix. So if the last known fix was maybe 1 hour back, then DR is highly reliable. If the last known fix was 12 hours back, the reliability of DR will reduce. So greater the interval between the last known fix from which the DR has been calculated, greater the interval, greater will be the error that will be caused. Therefore, if the master feels DR is less reliable, he'll increase the safety margin. If he feels the DR is highly reliable, he will reduce the safety margin because he knows that the vessel is somewhere here only. Now, in the exam, now what I'm saying is of exam, actual shipboard I have told you. In exam, usually you can take about 4 to 5 miles of safety margin. That means I draw a line 5 miles north of it, in this case north and south, and 5 miles in the other case. What does it mean? It means I'm allowing the possibility of error in my DR, and I am saying that I'll be somewhere on this part of my line. This is what actually I'm trying to say now. Correct, beta? Yes or no? Is that clear? Clear, beta?
Yes, sir.
सर
Yes, sir.
मान लेते हैं कि अगर हमारे नॉर्थ पे कुछ डेंजर है एंड देन
वो
कैन वी
बाद में
रिड्यूस द
देखेंगे ना।
सेफ्टी
अरे पहले यार सेफ्टी मार्जिन तो सुन ले मेरे भाई।
अच्छा अच्छा ठीक है
सेफ्टी मार्जिन तो सुन लो, तुम कहीं का कहीं भागने की कोशिश करते हो हमेशा। जो सुनाया जाएगा उसको सुनोगे नहीं, कल उस पर डाउट आएगी फिर। So are we agreeing that we are saying that I'm with my experience and my requirement, I'm convinced that whatever may be the error in my DR, vessel will be somewhere here on this part of the PL at 2000 hours, correct? Yes or no? Correct, guys?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
Yes,
So
sir.
I will scan, you don't mark this, I'm just marking for explanation. You will scan this portion of your chart, whether this is safe for your ship to pass through or not, because then even if it is not at X, it may be north of X or south of X, within this limit, the vessel should be safe. This region should be safe for navigation. Correct, beta? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, once you see, like for example, in this case, this region is safe. So what will you do? How will you proceed? You will first draw this DRLAT. You will draw this CMG. Let's say I mark it as X and Y. Then I'll draw the safety margin. I can put the distance here, let's say 5 miles, or I can put it here, why there, 5 miles, 5 miles. Safety margin. I find this portion to be completely safe. That means my first CMG can be direction X to Y. Only CMG, no positions. So that means I'm now convinced that my first CMG can be X to Y. Is that clear, beta?
Yes,
Is
sir.
that clear?
Yes.
Clear? Is that clear, guys?
Hanji, sir.
Does he want first CMG? What does he want?
First
What does the
CTS.
question want?
First.
First
CTS.
CTS. What do we have? We have both current and wind. So if once you are convinced that X to Y direction represents, I'm not saying XY are the positions. No, I'm not saying so. XY is the CMG. Okay. Then if XY is the CMG, then I have the CMG. Okay. I have the set given in the question. I have the rate given in the question, and I have the engine speed given. Do I have the 4 elements to complete the triangle? Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So
Yes, sir.
from CMG, can I counteract wind and current and get CTS, first CTS?
Yes, sir.
If you have to counteract both, so it takes you back to the current. If you have to counteract both, what do you counteract first, beta?
Wind, sir.
The current,
First you counteract wind.
current and wind.
Current.
Opposite.
Current. Current, sir.
Current.
What do you counteract first? Say again.
Current.
Current, okay. So what do I do? If XY is the CMG I have taken, then where will I draw the current? At X or Y?
Y.
X, sir. X.
At Y. यार तुम लोग ना कुछ भी बोलते हो, जो मन में आता है वो बोलते हो, है ना?
X.
Sir, a tail, sir, tail X.
Tail.
Okay. Do I have any requirement of how much triangle should I make? No. So I can make
No.
it for 1 hour, yes or no?
Yes, 1 hour, sir.
So from X, I'll cut off 3 miles of drift and I'll get point Z. Now I'll take engine speed, 1 hour engine distance. Master has reduced speed to 10 knots. I'll open my compass 10 miles. Put my compass as Z. This you all know. And cut off on this line. Yes or no? Correct?
Yes, sir.
Let's say
CTS.
this is P. Then I join them. Think before you speak. I'm warning you. What does ZP represent?
Effective course.
Effective
Effective
course. Very
Leave
good.
a track. Yes, sir.
Yeah, very good. Leave a track and they are same. But yeah, very good. Shabash. ZP is the effective course or leeway track. Let us say, I'm just giving it values. Let us say this comes to 070 degrees true. Okay. What is the wind? Wind is northerly. Now you have to do the, so on the answer sheet, you'll do CTS. No, sorry, effective course, my mistake. First effective course will be equal to 070 degrees true. Leeway, wind is northerly, 2 degrees. So if the wind is northerly, guys, this you don't have to draw. It is only for discussion. Now for counteracting wind, do I go into the wind or down the wind?
Into
the wind.
Into the wind. So
Zero,
will it be
zero,
added or
68.
subtracted?
Subtract.
Subtract.
So first CTS becomes 068 degrees true. Correct, Vita?
Correct, sir.
So once you have got the CMG, then what have you used? Something which you are supposed to be master of it now by now. That is handling wind and current. Okay. Now, then second thing is alteration time. Now, whether the ship is at X or not doesn't make a difference. I showed you in one of the earlier things that if the ship was here, the DMG will remain unchanged. Yes or no? Because this
Yes.
line is right. So what is the distance to be made good by the vessel before she
XY.
alters the course?
XY.
DMG is XY, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And look at the triangle. What represents the speed made good?
XP.
XP. XP.
XP, okay. Now this, so steaming time to alteration will be equal to XY upon XP, yeah, guys, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And to this, I add 2000 hours. And this gives me the alteration time, correct? Am I right?
Yes, sir. B, sir.
Yes, sir.
That becomes my answer B. Okay. Now, to what course do I alter? Now I knew that I'm on the first PL. So I'm somewhere on the first PL. So if I go this way, will I reach on the transferred PL? Yes or no?
Yes,
Will
sir.
I reach the transferred PL?
Yes, sir.
Whether I reach transferred PL at Y, I reach at point 1, I reach at point 2, 3, wherever I reach, but I'm going to reach the transferred PL. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now, when I reach the transferred PL, My second CMG, mind you, I'm saying second CMG, I'm not saying CTS. My second CMG will be along the transferred PL, either northwards in this case or southwards. And as
It's
the
a blue
question
line.
you chart says, in this case, this will be, so since I'm using XY as the first CMG, this becomes my second CMG. Yes or no, beta?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And since I have the second CMG and I have all the four elements, set, rate, engine speed, all of them, can I counteract again on this and get the second CTS? Yes or no?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So basically you are counteracting it twice. Let me take you through this plot, and if you have any doubts, please let me know. Then we'll come to if this safety zone was not safe. If safety zone was not safe for my ship, and because I said safety cannot be compromised, it's a safe course which has to be laid, then we'll see later. So here the safety margins are drawn on both sides. This is the first thing. You can see CD is the effective course, AD is the SMG, and wait a second. Okay. AB is the DMG to alteration point, and from this alteration time to B can be calculated. Is this the first two parts are clear? We can get the CTS by counteracting wind and current, and we can get the alteration time. Yes or no, beta?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now then, the second CMG is along the transfer PL. You can see the arrows coming here. We'll first counteract current. Now we'll draw the current where? At B. Am I right, beta?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
We'll
right.
draw the current at B and counteract. That is the second effective course. And we counteract wind and we get the second CTS. To this effective course, we counteract wind. And can you get the second effective CTS? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You will not be able to calculate what time will you pass this point. No, you can't, because you don't know whether you're altering at B or you're altering here or you're altering here. You don't know where the alteration is being done. It is being done somewhere on the transferred PL, but you do not know the exact point where you are altering the course. Why? Because you did not know your position on the first PL. Is that clear, beta? Is the concept clear, beta?
Yes, sir.
Clear. Clear.
Okay. Any questions on this until now? Before I take there is a patch or something which is making it unsafe.
Sir, one question.
Sir, here we are taking CMG as perpendicular distance, as you told, if it is
Yes,
safe.
because the reason for that I said
And
is
distance.
we also
And
want to do the minimum
minimum
distance
distance.
between the two PL so that yeah, it affects us the least, right?
Right, sir. So, sir, in case if we have danger on this track and we somehow make it a slant course, slant.
What did I just now say, beta? What did I just say a while back? I said, is it okay before we talk about this patch being unsafe, right?
Okay, sir. Sorry.
Hmm.
Sir, one more doubt.
And
सर
beta,
ये सेकंड ट्रायंगल भी 1 आवर का होगा ना सर? टाइम
beta
नहीं दिया
कितने का भी बना लो, but कितने का भी बना लो, but when you don't have a specific requirement, then might as well
हाँ.
make for 1 hour.
बाय डिफॉल्ट सर 1 आवर. ओके ओके.
If you think making it for half an hour or 2 hours is going to help you, then you change the duration. Otherwise, make it for 1 hour if there is no specific requirement.
ओके सर. ओके.
Okay. इतना बताया था बेटा मैंने एग्जाम के लिए. This is
4 to 5.
just a margin. No, 5 miles on each side, beta, not 2.5 on each side. Yeah, correct. That's good enough. You will say this is the same. As I said, this 5-mile margin is not binding. It is the discretion of the master based on circumstances. Am I right? On board, On board, you
Sir,
cannot
it's like
draw
cross
5
track.
miles and say we were taught 5 miles. Please don't do that on board. On board, you go to the master and ask, sir, what safety margin would you like to keep, right?
Sir, it's like cross track, correct?
That is cross track. It's more than cross track. It is the error in the starting point. You don't know whether you are at DR or not, right? You are this safety margin is not to allow for cross track. You expect that you will be making good this track because you know the wind and current, everything. It is basically to take care of the position error here. Okay, beta. Understood? Cross track
Yes,
is when you move along a track and you go off it because of maybe incorrect application of any of the external factors, right? That is cross track. Is this clear, beta?
Yes,
Sir, over here we have taken this east-west line as our CMG. So if there is an obstruction on that line, so then what we'll do?
तेरे वहीं पे आ गए तो अभी ज्वाइन किया है क्या तूने
नहीं सर
तो कितनी बार एक ही सेंटेंस में बोल चुका हूं तुम्हें शांति नहीं है किसी को यार मैं क्या बोलूं तुम्हें at least 4 times the sentence has been repeated either you don't I don't know मतलब you guys don't listen to it seems or you only what you want to hear that registers rest all goes down the drain is it okay if the safety margin is found to be safe is the process clear let's clear first part first okay now let's go back to the
Sir, I have a question in this one.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, instead of going straight to the, I mean, perpendicular, can we just draw a tangent to this circle 10 miles off? Or, for example, we can keep 5 miles more. We can draw another PC 5 miles.
Better then, as a master, if you want to do something, I don't want to comment. But what is the reason for that? Tell me the reason.
Sir, the reason is that we will avoid. It will be a lesser distance, no? Because.
But when you are handicapped vessel, you don't have radar, you don't have GPS, restricted visibility. Is the distance most important, or is it the safety which is most important?
Sir, so that is what I'm saying.
So if you do a more distance, then if your wind and current are not correctly estimated, will that have more impact, or will it have more impact on this one if the DMG is lesser?
Sir, of course, what you are saying will be more safe. But sir, we are keeping the safety margin of 5 miles anyway. We can keep a safety margin of, let's say, 7 miles in that case.
Better. If you want to keep safety margin of 7 miles, so what will happen? What will happen then? That means your upper thing is here, and then 14 miles down is here, right? Then where should you be doing? Then you will not start from here. You will come further down. Because you can't keep a 7 mile safety margin like this. Yes or no? This becomes the upper boundary of the safety margin then.
Yes, sir. I am saying the upper boundary to be tangential to the position, sir.
What purpose will it serve? It's not going to serve any purpose. No, in any case now, when you are saying upper boundary, you are increasing the risk of cross-track error. Now, there is no... See, these are the standard practices to minimize. I have given you a reason. You are trying to say, I want to save distance. Whether it is... You see, you are just... You have only one point to say, I am saving distance. I have one point to say, for me, safety is paramount. Now, you can choose between the two.
Yes, sir, but if okay, I understood, sir. Yours is much safer because then if safety.
Better, what does the question say? Master decides to reduce the safe and sail along safe courses, right?
Yes, sir. Safe courses.
Correct?
Okay, understood, sir.
I am not saying you can't go. To begin with, I said if you want to, if the master decides to go like this, who can stop him in the world? Nobody can stop him, right?
Obviously not, sir.
Anna, there is something which, but God forbid something happens, he will find it difficult to explain.
Yes, sir.
That's all I'm saying. So ultimately, you want to deviate, and you do when you practice something on board. You also have to see that if things go back, would you be able to defend your action? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Sir, in case if we are going on a perpendicular course also,
if you listen, you go like this and you safely go. Nobody is going to come and pat you.
Okay.
You'll not get a pat. Okay.
Okay.
But if things go wrong, you'll definitely be bashed.
This is true, of course.
Sir, apart from blind navigation and single PL, this is also known as safe course question, correct?
Safe course, bolo. That's okay. That's okay.
Okay.
If this name to you are giving, question does not name it, na beta. Name to you have given just for identifying. So what I'm trying to say, beta, I'm nothing against if somebody wants to do something like this, go tangential. It is well within the right of the master what he decides, right?
Okay, sir.
So,
But
so
as a
my
standard
question-
practice in exams, we always go perpendicular.
we try to go perpendicular. I would not say always go, because if it is not safe,
Hello.
then we cannot go perpendicular.
Excuse me, sir. In this type of questions,
Yeah, of course.
it will always mention safe course, correct?
Yes, of course, there's safety, because you are just trying to keep yourself covering some distance, keeping the voyage on, but of course, it has to be safe, and safety is only the concern. Because if it's restricted visibility, you don't have the navigation, then safety has to be ensured, because your visibility is restricted. You can't see the landmass, you can't see the dangers, right? Okay, other ships you may keep your sound signals on, and you can say, I'll increase the lookout. As far as collision avoidance is concerned, I can use all those things, right? Correct. So for collision avoidance, okay, ROR has the provision. But otherwise, as far as position fixing is concerned, since you are handicapped and you can't fix the position, that is where the problem arises, right, beta?
Yes, sir.
Actually, tell me one thing. In the middle of the ocean, even if you don't have PL, I don't know whether you have experienced it or not. If you have restricted visibility and you are handicapped as far as navigational aids are concerned, there nobody even basically cares. They continue moving on DR, because if the sites are not available because of cloudy weather or something, we have sailed for days on DR, beta. Whenever you get a fix, you do the corrections. So what I'm saying is, these are standard practices which you follow. And one thing which I said was, master has the overriding authority. He can take a call which way he wants to go. And firstly, he has to decide whether he wants to continue moving or not. That is also within his rights, not to take a chance at all, right? The language you say, master decides. The master has taken a decision. That's why we are solving the question. If the master decides not to continue and hold his position here itself, then the end of the matter. The question does not arise of going further, right? Okay, beta? Is that clear? Okay.
Clear, sir.
Now coming to the thing that you draw this and you draw the safety margin, and you find that maybe there is some island or some shallow patch which is not safe for your vessel, whatever it is. Now, obviously, you cannot have this as the first SCMG. Okay. Now, again, it's master's call, and in exam, you will be driven by, if any further information is given or not, you'll be driven by all those things. Okay. Now, if south of it is absolutely clear, then you will go south of it. If there is wind given, like in this case, northerly wind. So if somebody wants to chart this course, and with northerly wind, I think you are making a fool of yourself. Yes or no, beta? So these other things will also be taken into account. So now this cannot be the first CMG. Now you have to decide on something different. Okay. Now for that, everyone is going to get a different answer. You will not have a standard answer now. Okay. Now, one way is, okay, this was the position. You may decide to go like this. Some other person may say, I'll go like this. So somebody may say, I'll go along track 1. Somebody may say, I'll go along track 2. Well, if you look at the observance of good seamanship, I think 2 should be avoided, because you have a northerly wind. If there is an engine breakdown or anything or something, or there is an error in your positions, then there can be a problem. The wind can drift you onto the danger. Yes or no, beta? Correct.
Sir.
Okay. Okay. Also, the current is southeasterly, so current will also be setting you southeasterly. So you could land into problem. So obviously, from the given information, it's based on the given information that the statement is being made. I think in all possibilities, this option one would be a better choice out of the two. I'm using the word better. I'm not saying one is wrong, other is right. Is that correct, beta?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Do you agree? First one is a better choice with southeasterly current and northerly wind.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
southeasterly current is setting you this way, northerly wind is pushing you this way. The total effect is that it's pushing you southerly, right? Correct, beta?
Yes, sir.
So, so in this case, you have to be careful whether you want to go this way or you want to go this way. As far as this particular question, and this discussion has to be question based, it cannot be a permanent solution one can give. That which one is safe for you, then you can draw something like this as the CMG. And now somebody may draw like this, somebody may draw like this. Obviously, answers will start changing. Which answers will change? First CTS will change, alteration time will change, but second CTS will remain same for everybody because that will be along second PL, right, beta? Second CTS will not change. Understood? Have you understood what I'm saying,
Yes.
beta?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now let us say, let me just take it little up. This DR instead of 35, let me take it little up and do it for you so that it's clear. Let us say here is the DR of the vessel. Latitude. Okay. And here is, there is some problem here, some island or something. Now I know I can't go this way perpendicular to it. Based on the wind and current, I want to go this way. How much will I go like this? I will go like this so that I can draw a safety margin here. Am I right, beta? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now this part is clear. Now somebody may say, sir, why should I draw this? I want to go like this. You are also right. If you want to go like this, it's fine. No problem. That's perfectly fine. Okay. So now let's say XY is the first CMG is XY. Is that clear, beta?
Yes, sir.
First CMG is XY, clear to everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay. First distance to make good is XY, correct? Correct,
Yes, sir.
beta? Now you will counteract current and wind on this CMG and get the first CTS. And depending on the CMG, everybody is going to get a different answer. You can draw the current, cut off here. That becomes the first effective course. And you can, from here, go into this. This will be the first CTS. Of course, this line will not be drawing there. And you can get the CMG from here. You can get the alteration time. So on this course, you can counteract wind and current. Is that clear, better? So perpendicular is not binding on you. Perpendicular is not binding, but safety cannot be compromised. If somebody had said that I don't want to go in the previous case that we were discussing, somebody was saying tangential. If somebody would have said, I would have still been happier if somebody said, instead of going like this, sir, never mind, land is on that side. Can I go like this? I would still say it's okay. You're just doing little more distance and it's beating the normal logic. But if you want to go like this, then there is definitely a reservation from my side, at least if I am the one who has to take a call. Baki to beta, as I've been repeatedly saying, on the ship, it's absolutely master's call and nobody can go against his decision and discretion on this particular thing. He will decide whether the vessel has to continue sailing or not. So suppose from X to Y, let us say, this is our first CMG. This is the first CMG we decide. Then we can counteract on this the current. This becomes the first effective course. From this, we can get the first CTS. Steaming time to alteration will be equal to XY divided by XP plus 2000 hours will give you the alteration time. Is that clear, beta? Yes or no? Okay. The second CMG will be same. There will be no change in the second CMG, and hence the second CTS would be same as we had done when we took perpendicular CMG. Is that clear? Second CTS will not change in any condition. But if you're taking this, then each one of you will get different answers. So don't worry about it. Everybody is right. As long as the courses you plot are safe. Am I clear, beta? समझ में आ गया भाई लोगों?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. I think this is the question in your thing. Read this question. You can always do this, close it out. A vessel is in DR position. DR position is given at 9 o'clock. Obtains an intercept of 4 miles towards 110 azimuth by sun observation. The visibility thereafter becomes poor, near zero. Assuming that vessel's electronic navigational aids are non-operational, find the following if the vessel decided to steam at reduced speed of 8 knots and the current in the region was 150 into 3 knots. There is no wind here. Safe courses to steer to reach pilot lookout light. Time of alteration to the second course and the second CTS. You cannot find out what time will you reach the pilot ground for sure. So this particular question is like this, beta. I can clear it and replot with you. This question is in your assignment. You can have a look at it later on the chart. So the vessel is somewhere here. This is the DR. Obtains 110 towards. So this is 110 azimuth. 4 miles you mark off on this intercept. And this is the PL that you obtain by, sorry, single arrows, my mistake, single arrows. And this is the PL at 0900 by sun. Correct, beta? Yes or no? Correct?
Yes, yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Let us say here is the pilot boarding ground where you want to reach. And you find this PL suitable. What will you do? You will transfer this PL through the pilot ground. This becomes your second CMG. Correct, beta? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Transferred PL through that. Okay. Then now, in this case, you have a position through which the PL has been drawn. You have a point where the vessel is most likely to be. So I'll draw the perpendicular. Perpendicular would be along the azimuth. This can be the first CMG provided it is safe. On the chart, you'll find it safe. So this will be the first CMG in this case. You can counteract the current, get the first CTS. You can get the alteration time. This will be the second CMG. You can counteract and get the second CTS. Correct, beta? Ho jayega question complete? You'll be able to do this question, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in this case, we transferred the PL through the pilot ground. In the previous discussion, we kept it tangential to the safety circle. Okay. So that's about the blind navigation. This is a very simple one. इसकी ज़्यादा problem नहीं है. किसी ने draw भी किया, somebody took something, then we discussed it. I don't know what was the discussion pertaining to, but never mind. You can do it. Okay. So that is about. Okay. Somebody wants to take down those first few slides. I don't know. You want to take them down, beta?
So procedure.
हाँ ले लो ये okay, procedure okay. Take it down.
Done, sir.
Take it down.
Done, sir.
Take it down. Okay, sorry, my mistake. Take it down.
पीछे वाला भी करना सर एक बार, वो तो रह गया।
वैसे नेक्स्ट वाला देखो।
Okay, that's all. Okay, done, beta. Understood? Okay. It's 1848.
सर
हाँ बोलो।
सर ये सेकंड वाले में एक डाउट था सर।
हाँ बोलो।
ये जो पायलट स्टेशन वाला सर, जैसे फर्स्ट वाले क्वेश्चन में हमें इसमें टेंजेंशियल इसमें 10 माइल्स ऑफ एक पोजीशन से दी थी, तो हमने फर्स्ट पीएल को सेकंड पीएल पे टेंजेंशियली प्लॉट किया क्योंकि उसमें 10 माइल्स ऑफ लिखा हुआ था। हाँ सर, अभी लेकिन जो ये वाला क्वेश्चन है जिसमें हम इंटरसेप्ट से निकाल रहे हैं, इसमें भी जो हम सेकंड पीएल मतलब फर्स्ट पीएल को ही सेकंड पीएल पे ट्रांसफर करेंगे पायलट पोजीशन से।
नहीं तो पीएल तो आपके पास एक ही है, आपके पास सेकंड पीएल कौन सी है? यू हैव ओनली वन पीएल व्हिच यू आर ट्रांसफरिंग।
यस सर, जो ट्रांसफर कर रहे हैं मतलब वो फर्स्ट
because you know you are somewhere on that line. Only thing is you don't know where are you exactly on the line, but you know you are somewhere on the line. Yes or no?
Yes sir.
You are somewhere on the PL, no? That's why it's called a PL.
Yes sir, correct sir. So what I'm asking is we have to all the time we have to transfer the PL to get the CMG to the pilot station.
I don't want to answer such statements here. All the time we have to do this. What is your doubt in this? Why you have a concern in this question? Let me understand your concern about this process. I don't want to, because if the discussion is to be shut down, I can say yes.
No sir, no sir. सर मैं ये कोई डाउट था कि जैसे लास्ट क्वेश्चन में 10 माइल्स ऑफ एक पॉइंट था, वहां से 10 माइल्स ऑफ सेफ डिस्टेंस से हमको पास होना था। सो द बेस्ट वे कि हमने टेंजेंट उसके ड्रॉ करके वो हमारी सीएमजी आ गई, सेकंड सीटीएस के लिए हमने जो सीएमजी निकाली। अभी इस पायलट स्टेशन पे जाने के लिए हम कोई दूसरा कोर्स भी
तो अगर दूसरा कौन सा कोर्स लोगे बताओ?
नहीं मतलब अभी हम ये तो ठीक है सर, समझ में आ गया कि हमने इस पीएल को ट्रांसफर किया, तो वो एक आंसर ये भी हो सकता है, बट और कुछ भी हो सकता है मतलब में।
कैसे बताओ? हाउ? Tell me, you tell me what तुम्हारे मन में जैसे चल रहा है, then explain you that ना कि ऐसा नहीं हो पाएगा, but tell me और क्या हो सकता है?
किसी और कोर्स से भी पहुंच सकते हैं ना सर सीएमजी,
तो बता,
मतलब सेकंड कॉन्ट्रैक्शन।
अरे तो you have to give me ना कैसे? You have to give me that. You just can't say कैसे?
सर इस केस में अभी जैसे पायलट स्टेशन यहाँ पे हम नॉर्थ कोर्स पे भी जा सकते हैं ना, सेकंड कोर्स, मतलब सीएमजी हमारा अगर 000 हो रहा है।
CMG 00 आपको क्या पता है? CMG 00 जो एक बताओ, the only thing you know is you are somewhere on this PL, and now you know you'll be somewhere on this PL after steaming this much, right? After alteration.
Yes sir.
Yes or no? How will you know? How will you know when will you reach on this PL? This PL is a sure shot. You are somewhere on this PL. Your second course has to be against along the PL only, na beta?
Yes sir.
Because you know that you are somewhere on this line at 9 o'clock. Yes or no?
Correct sir.
And after when you alter the course, whether you alter the course here or you alter the course here or you alter the course here, you know you have reached on the transferred PL, correct?
Yes sir, correct.
Right. So then
right.
basically what will happen? I'll tell you what will happen. If what you are saying is if I take this as the second CMG, that is your question?
Yes sir, correct sir.
then now I'll give you the answer. The distance to be made good along this course will be different. Distance if
Yes,
made
it will
good
be
from
more.
here will be different. Distance
Yes,
from
sir.
here will be made good different. What DMG will you take?
Yeah, it depends.
To calculate the
IT.
alteration time, which DMG will you take? 1, 2, or 3? They're all different. All three of them are different.
Yes, sir. Correct.
Yes or no?
Sir.
Because now this line is not parallel to 9 o'clock PL. They are closing in on one side, right?
Yes, sir. Correct.
So how will you get the alteration time?
Then everybody will get different answer.
No, it's not the question of everybody getting the different answer. The question here is that when you alter, you may not be on this line because you don't actually know where you started off.
Okay.
It's not the question about everybody getting the different answer. Question is, you will not know whether you will actually reach this line or not, because if you calculate, let us say, if you suppose you feel that, suppose you have drawn, let us say you have done the calculation along this line, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you are saying you will work out alteration course and based on distance xy, right?
Yes, sir.
Correct. But suppose I'm already saying that ship may not be here. The ship may actually be here. Correct?
Yes, sir. Correct.
So
Anywhere
if
on
I
plane.
continue steaming for that much of distance, I'll go past here. I'll reach here. This much distance when drawn from here will go past this. Then it will, if I now steam north, I will never reach the pilot ground. Have you understood what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Class, have you understood what is the problem?
Yes, sir. Distance
Okay.
are different.
Distances will be different, so alteration times will be different, and when you alter differently, then there is no guarantee that you will be on this north-south line or not. There is no guarantee. You may be short of it, you may have gone past it, and then you will miss your target. Okay, so the second CMG has to be along the transferred PL. I have made that very categorical statement. Second CTS in all cases will be same for everybody. Is that clear, beta? There will be no change in the second CTS. Understood?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Depending on the obstruction or the danger, the first CTS can change. Alteration time can change from between two plots. But second CTS is not going to change under any circumstances. Is that clear?
Clear, sir.
Okay.
Clear, sir.
Okay. Okay, guys, let's take a 5 minutes break before we then start on the next one, that is the missing leg. Take a 5 minutes break.